right? Okay. All right. So if it's your first time meditating with me, I always say the same things. If you are returning after several times, you already know what I'm going to say. So you can go ahead and get in your favorite meditation position. So the idea of a strong meditation spiritual practice is that you come back to it every day, like exercising the relationship between your spirit and your mind and your body, and teaching yourself to be the master of what you are paying attention to. So there's a misconception that meditation is about stopping thought. But that's really, if you try, you'll notice the harder you try to stop thinking, the harder it is to stop thinking. So instead, your work is to choose whether to pay attention to those thoughts or not, or whether to return your attention to your breath or to your mantra. And as you do this, you learn to be a pauser. You learn in your daily life that when something happens, instead of being reactionary and having knee-jerk reactions to outside circumstances, you now have the power to pause and choose your response, to be proactive in the way that you are choosing to interact with the world instead of being at the mercy of the world, tossed around like a leaf in a windstorm. So a strong meditation practice teaches you this ability to pause, right? And if you feel good in your body, you are much more likely to return to your practice often. So the first message is to always honor your body. No matter what I say, your body gets to be the boss of how you sit, whether you stand, whether you lie down, whether you move around. You get to do exactly what feels best to your body. Now, having said that, keeping in mind what your body loves, if it feels good to you, to be in a seated position with a straight line between your sit bones and the crown of your head. This is a beautiful feeling and a beautiful symbol and visualization of the conduit that you are between the creator and this earthly plane, that your body is this beautiful channel of energy, of love, of nourishing, healing energy from earth and from the divine. So if it feels good to be in this position and it feels good to close your eyes, get in that position and let's begin with 3 long, slow, deep breaths in together. And let each breath fill your body to the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes. Let it push out anything that's not of this present moment. And as you exhale, just let go of everything that isn't in service of your intentions for this moment in time. Right, first breath in. Release. Next breath in. Release. Third magical deep breath in. Release. And settle into a relaxed, conscious rate of breathing. Let everything else go and just listen to the sound of my voice. And let's go on a short but important visual journey in celebration of the new beginnings of the new moon, and at the same time in celebration of the eclipse, which is a beautiful representation of this human experience in which light and dark are always present. the most beautiful, kindest, most gentle, loving, and amazing person in the world still has shadows, still has darkness within her. The person who is walking most separated from the light, who is walking in anger and fear and judgment and insecurity and depression. Amidst all of this darkness, there is always some light. So imagine that you are this beautiful, mystical being that is able to move freely anywhere that you choose to go. And that you can look out into the world, and one half of the world is divided into light, and the other half of the world is divided into shadows. So you can paint this image in your mind any way that you choose it, so that the light half may be a brilliant blue sky with white fluffy clouds and a brilliant sun. And the other may be a nighttime sky that's sprinkled with beautiful sparkling stars. And a half moon or a full moon, whatever feels good to you. And just imagine that you are able to physically float away from this earth and move at will into the light and into the dark, back into the light, back into the dark. So picture yourself floating into the bright part of the sky. And as you are here, just floating, just feeling so light and so flooded with this beautiful, bright light, witness the formation of a cloud, a dark, dark cloud that exists in this bright blue. Imagine that you can just move into the darkness of this cloud so that you become a part of it. So you are a bit of darkness, a bit of shadow that is in no way diminished, and that no way diminishes the light that you exist in. So now picture yourself floating and separating from that cloud, moving across the bright blue sky into the darkness. Feel the feeling of safety that exists in the dark. Feel the power that you have to be this little bit of light. Maybe it's a spark, maybe it's a little comet, maybe it's a little star. But this represents you and the light that you can bring into the darkness. And feel the feeling that you keep your power no matter what, and that there's nothing to fear in this darkness, that this is a place where you can be quiet, where you can start fresh with a fresh, clean slate, that this darkness is like the abyss or like a mother's womb, and there's nothing to fear here, and that you are able to move at will between the light and between the darkness, carrying pieces of each with you in every moment. There's nothing to fear from the shadow parts of yourself. There's always the opportunity to use the shadows to embrace how bright the light is, and to let all of these facets of yourself be okay, to be welcome, to be as a part of you, never judged, never rejected. Okay. Feel yourself just sort of returning back into your seated position, but bringing with you all of this knowledge, all of this expansion, understanding that every aspect of you is beautiful and perfect and a part of the divine being that you are, having this human experience, that there's nothing to fear from the darkness, there's always a welcoming of the light. And that this is who you are, a beautiful blend of the choices that you make, this perspective that you have, that you are always pure and divine in the immortal soul that is actually who you are, interacting with your amazing mind and your brilliant, miraculous body. And let's set an intention that will step forth into this new moon phase with this new power, this power of embracing all aspects, all facets of who we are, understanding that we are choosing in every moment our perspective, the decisions that we make. We can't get it wrong. That we are always flooded with abundance, with unconditional love from the divine. And that each step we take, our work is only to allow all of this abundance, all of this love, all of this joy, to let ourselves grow and expand and become better and better versions of who we are in each moment of this human life. All right, we'll end as always with 3 long, slow, deep breaths in together. First breath in. And release. Next breath in. And release. Magical third breath in. Let it all the way out. All right, let your body move just a little bit as you intentionally embody all of these messages, that you make these intentions a part of every cell of your body, to allow yourself to be empowered, relaxed, and at peace, full of courage, full of confidence, full of joy, as you take the next steps into this day, to this week, into this life. You are so loved. You are so worthy. You are so equipped to create the brilliant life that you came here to create. And together we say yes and thank you and amen, and so it is, and namaste. All right. Okay. All right. We did a really good job of staying within our hour. If no one has anything else to offer or ask or contribute, we will wrap things up and say goodbye. Again, our next gathering, we're going to talk about Peru. I'm going to share with you all of the experiences that I had visiting the different ruins, not Machu Picchu. I will share with you why I chose to skip Machu Picchu, and all of the things that I learned and experienced among the sacred ruins and among some of the sacred rites and rituals that I was able to experience in Peru. So that will be on April the 23rd. And that will be our last gathering here in Canada. But then the next new moon, I will be in Ireland. And hopefully I'll be caught up with all of the information from Costa Rica and Peru and all of that. And we'll be able to talk about what I'm actually experiencing in real time in Ireland, which I am so looking forward to. Fairy glades and standing stones and folklore and Irish music and storytelling and all of those wonderful and amazing things. So be sure to click the follow button wherever you happen to be seeing this video, or if you're here with me on Insight Timer, be sure to follow so that you get a reminder when we are going live again in the next new moon, at the next full moon. Sorry about that. All right. I love you. Until next time, namaste. Bye.